Here she go again. Here she go. That's basically the acronym for my new series, Alone with My Thoughts. Alone with my thoughts. Um, Here she go again. Oh, what she talking about today, bro? Like, what she gotta say today? Oh, what? What is she talking about today? What is she thinking about today? And honestly, I came up with it just sitting, listening to music, having a nice like scenery, just like expressing gratitude for everything, expressing so much gratitude. Like although there is so much more that I still want in this lifetime, it's like I can't help but be grateful for what I have right now, because my heart feels so full. My heart feels so full, and it's literally by the grace of God. Because I could have been so down, so depressed, and not saying I haven't felt those feelings. Sorry, what they call 212 on the timer. Hold on. But distractions. I could have been so depressed. I could have been in such a messed up mental state. And I literally had to call on God to help me every time. It just blows my mind. Because sometimes when you think about the hurtful things that people have done to you, maybe the hurtful things that you have done to others that you claim to love, or that claim to love you, that shit can put you in a mental funk, that shit can have you going crazy, or feeling like you're going crazy, feeling just depressed, feeling like you just what am I gonna do? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling like this. Tired of feeling like that. And every time I got tired, God came to my rescue. Every single time. But I know we kind of went off on a tangent. I started off talking about, how I came about with this, this idea, child. Just recording myself with my thoughts, because this, besides writing, journaling really helped me get out like thoughts, because sometimes I've said before, like thoughts just be like my mind be running a mile a minute. That's why sometimes I be stumbling over my words, and sometimes I have to, take a moment, and like hold on, man. Let me write shit out, or let me say something without having to stumble over my words. So yeah, but I was sitting here and just having a nice, like little meditation solo, whatever. And I don't know why I'm telling it like this big elaborate story, because it's really not an elaborate story, but I don't know why I'm telling it like that right now in this moment. but yeah, it came to me like while meditating, how I used to record myself, like, just speaking to the camera, because it helped me, like when I say things out loud, it helped me like practice using my voice to say what I mean, because there's plenty of times where I didn't say what I meant, or I didn't say it in a way that reflected how I truly felt. If that makes sense. But yeah, speaking out loud is what started helping me really, like, I would watch it back and I would see how the message resonates when I'm watching it back. How does it resonate with me? How does it resonate with me? And how can my story help other people that have also experienced the same or similar situations as I have? And I just be having a lot of thoughts in my mind. And sometimes, I might be by myself, or not maybe I don't have, someone available right now to speak to. So I would speak to myself. And I know it sounds crazy, but shit, that's how I was able to even, like, just reflect on myself. Reflect on my thoughts. Like, it's literally recording your thoughts live, bro. Like, that's crazy. Even though you're not saying every single little thing that's on your mind, but you're recording your thoughts at that moment. And then you go back and watch it. And sometimes you receive different messages. Sometimes you may see a different perspective. Like, it puts things into perspective sometimes it'll give you clarity. At least that was what it did for me. And when I started back doing it, I was like, yo, like, I really missed this. Like, I really missed just fucking chopping it up with myself. Like, talking to myself with my thoughts. That shit is wild. But yeah, I came up with that shit, and Oh my Lord. Let me take a sip of water, child. Take a sip of water, child. And so basically, you know, if you have ever saw something or seen someone or something like that, all right, and you know you see it and it's like, damn, you tired of seeing this shit, you tired of seeing that shit. Everybody has thought that at one time or another, whatever it was, right? So so I know how people think, like, because I have thought the same about certain shit. So it's like, if you're aware of how you think and you've heard how other people speak, you know how they think. So it's really just making fun of, like, oh, here she go again. Yep. Yep. Here I go again. Because God gave me the job, because I applied for the job. Anybody can apply, bro. Anybody can apply. Anybody can apply. You just gotta make the choice. And look, after everything that he done showed me, I said, oh yeah, bro, sign me up. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Because every time I fell down, every time I was discouraged, every time I had self-doubt, shit. Every time I needed some confirmation, some reassurance, some clarity, some guidance, protection, love, support, every time I needed it, God was there for me. And it just blows my mind that he's still willing to give all that to me. And for so long, I was not even listening to him on a consistent basis. I was not always faithful to him, but he's always been loyal to me. God has always been loyal to me, faithful to me. And yes, but can you say you've been loyal if you haven't been faithful? Like, damn. Like, can I still say, yes, I've been loyal to God, even though I haven't been faithful, even though I wasn't allowing him to lead me. I wasn't always listening and just trying to do things on my own. But then at the same time, I was still, thank God. I would still thank God, and I would pray to him when things were going wrong, but I wasn't always praying to him when everything seemed to be going right. I wasn't giving him the praise when everything was going right. Yes, it's like, thank you, okay, like, what's next? What's next? That's human nature. What's next? What's next? Sora. What's next? What's next? We're always thinking about what's next, and a lot of times we don't take a moment to appreciate what's here and now, in the present, to focus on the moment. And a lot of times I was not focused on the present moment. I was so focused on what's next, like what's next. And I wasn't slowing down to really listen. I would ask God for guidance. And sometimes he would show me and I would maybe doubt what my intuition was telling me, or I would just ignore it. So that's what I was talking about when I said I don't feel like I was faithful. I felt like I was loyal to God. Like, it's always been God. It's always been God, but he was still willing to take me under his wing. Still. So why wouldn't I want to work for him? When he will literally provide me with everything that I need. All I gotta do is ask. All anybody gotta do is ask, and you shall receive. But it may not come right there. You may have to be patient. How faithful are you going to be to that path? How faithful are you going to be to that path when it doesn't look like what you thought it was going to look like? You have a choice to stay on that path or choose another one. You have a choice to allow God to lead or to do it your own way. That's what the choices were for me. It was like, either you're gonna allow me to lead or you're gonna do your shit your own way. Like, what do you want to do, ma'am? What do you want to do? That's how I imagine God be talking to me sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Like, girl, what do you want to do? Like, you need to let me know. You know, sometimes I feel like it's, in that energy, and then other times I feel like it's in like a, more like fatherly energy. Like, I need you to follow my lead. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to provide for you. It may not look like what you thought it would look like, but I'm going to give it to you. So how faithful are you going to stay to the path? Because as long as you stay on the path, you're good. And once you deviate, It's like, look, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to guide you, and you keep deviating from the path. I'm showing you little step by step. These are the little breadcrumbs I was talking about before. I'm showing you, and you keep seeing what you want to see. I'm leading you, but you keep going where you want to go. I'm teaching you, but you ain't grasping the lessons. You don't be grasping all the lessons all the time, girl. I'm just saying. It'll be taking you a little moment sometimes. But you gotta learn so much, and I'm proud of you. So proud of you. Oh man, so proud. For real. You have come such a long way, like such a long way when I think about all the shit that you have been through, and the way you used to think, the way you used to act sometimes, the way you used to hate yourself. Like, you've come such a long way. Oh my fucking goodness. Like, what? You have come such a fucking long way. Like, think about all the shit that you felt about yourself, like, for so long. And to break yourself free from that, to break yourself free from a mental prison was the hardest shit you ever fucking did in your life. That was the hardest shit you did in your life. In your life, that was the hardest shit you did. Do you know how hard it is to break yourself free when you've been thinking a certain way for so long? Whether you were conditioned or not. And I lost my train of thought. It'll come back, maybe. Maybe it won't. That's how it goes sometimes in my damn brain, in my damn head. The thoughts in my mind, along with my thoughts. Shit. Along with my thoughts. And, you know, maybe other people have these same thoughts too. Who knows? Who knows? But I do know, when you listen to how people talk about other people, and you know how you talk about other people, then just know that other people are probably talking about you in that way too. So if you choose to always talk negative about people, if you're never uplifting, never like never saying positive shit, or never if you're always in a horrible energy, a bad energy, or an energy that just does not feel light. And you're constantly in that energy of speaking negativity, and you're constantly in that state of speaking negativity or being negative constantly, that same energy is going to come back to you. And even if you are in, you know, at a higher frequency and vibing at a higher, a higher vibe, a higher vibe, you know, of course you're gonna have your down days. I'm not saying that just because, you know, you choose to be at a higher frequency that you will never have bad days, that you will never have days where you're frustrated or where you're sad, where you're mad. You know, we are still human. We are here to experience human things, and that's a part of being human. But being at a higher vibration is all about how you can pick yourself back up. And the only way that I could pick myself back up was with God. And God is the highest frequency. So it goes back to why I wanted to work for God. It just changed like my whole mindset when he started helping me see things within myself that I didn't like and why I didn't like them. You know, start figuring out, well, what were my true dislikes, what were other people's projections, like, about me. And I had to discover what was true to me. I had to discover what was true to me, and the only way that I did that was because God started giving me clarity, and he started giving me signs. He started giving me signs. And, you know, everybody has a different relationship, so signs are, you know, they look differently for different people. There's significance, you know, depending on your life, your circumstances. But he started showing me the signs, and that just made me more curious. Just seeing the same signs over and over, I'm like, it gotta be a deeper meaning to this. Like, I wanted to know more, like, beyond the surface. I'm like, God, I want to get to know you beyond the surface. Like, let's chop it up. And he started revealing to me all the ways in which he's been in my life, like how he's had his hand in my life. And that's how he showed me who he was. That's how I know who God is. That's how I know who God is. It's because He showed me. Hmm. Alone with my thoughts. Hmm. And then I think this is maybe the fifth or the no. I think this is the sixth episode. I'm on the sixth episode. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I know I'm a little spaced out in my thoughts right now too. But this view is very peaceful. With the lake and the trees and the, birds chirping, giving me confirmation. Just the fresh air. It's just so, it's very relaxing. But God was getting me comfortable to use my voice because I had been afraid to use my voice for so long. Out of fear. Fear of being judged. And I had to break myself free from all those things in that mental prison. It was like piece by piece. And I was like, okay, unlock. Oh, hold on, my baby calling me.